Hi everybody, this is Shiva Biram. With your support, I would like to introduce one more new topic, that is programming in C. So in this topic, I wanted to give you the basics of C programming. As a first lecture, I would like to introduce C language in this session. First of all, language means it is a communicating medium between any two persons. When you go for the computer is a machine, as we know well, and it can understand only a machine language because it is a machine. So machine language consists of only the binary codes, that is zeros and ones. So the program which is going to be written in terms of these binary codes is considered as machine language, and it consists of only the two binary numbers, that is zeros and ones. And giving a code in this binary digits is obviously a difficult one. That is the reason why these high level languages have been introduced. Let us go through the PowerPoint, which is going to illustrate all these things. First of all, let us understand what is the machine language. So we know that computers are the machines, so they can understand only the machine language. It consists of only zeros and ones. It is also considered as the language of the CPU. These programs are going to be understood by the computer directly. It doesn't require any translator in the sense which is going to transform the language from the human language to the machine language. Here no such translator is required because directly we are giving the machine program. That is the reason why it is considered as the language of CPU, and the programs which are going to be written in this machine language, they are different from one machine to the other machine. And if we go for the classification of these computer languages, we are going to have basically low level languages. So just like we have considered the machine level machine language and the assembly language. So this machine language and assembly languages are going to be considered as the low level languages, and whatever languages that we are going to study, that is C or COBOL, whatever it may be, these are considered as high level languages. Next, let us see what is an assembly language. So it is also one of the machine languages, but it consists of some predefined symbolic codes instead of binary codes. So this seems to be somewhat simpler to the user when it is compared to a machine language. So this is somewhat advanced version that we can say, which can be used by the user comfortably. And these symbolic codes are known as mnemonics. To know the mnemonics and to remember them, it is somewhat easier compared to the binary codes, and the programming also will be somewhat easier. So example, you can consider add is the code for addition, and if you consider the mission code for it, something it may be consisting of some zeros and ones. The combination of zeros and ones, it will be somewhat difficult to remember these zeros and ones rather than this the addition code ADD. So these languages, these two are, that is machine language and assembly languages, are considered to be in the low level languages. Next, let us go for the high level languages. These high level languages are very much easy for the user to program rather than these low level languages, that is machine language and assembly language. So here, whatever instructions that we are going to use in this high level language are considered as the statements, and generally these are going to consisting of English words and some mathematics. The examples of these high level languages are like Fortran, Basic, Pascal, COBOL, Prolog, Lisp, C, C++, Java, something like that. So all these are some of the examples of these high-level languages. Source and object program. Source program is nothing but whatever program that we are going to write in the system itself, that is known as source program. And once it is being translated into the machine language, that program is considered as object program. So here, assembler. So here assembler, it is a program actually. Seems to be somewhat a hardware device, but it is important to note that assembler is a program which is going to convert, or which is going to translate the assembly language to the machine language. So this thing is known as assembler. So obviously it is a software, because when you say it is a program, obviously it consists of some software. So it is a program which translates assembly language into machine language, and it is called an assembler. So what actually it does is it treats all the instructions using mnemonics into binary codes. It also reads the symbolic memory addressing into equivalent binary addresses. Next, compiler. So compiler means it is a medium which is going to translate the higher level languages like C language or whatever it may be, to the machine language. So this is what actually very important for us. So it checks all the kinds of limits, ranges, errors, etc. But the program execution time is somewhat more and occupies more memory space compared to the other. It is also a software, it is also a program. And interpreters, these are also something like compilers, but actually what actually the interpreters do for us is they are going to execute the statements one by one. The instructions are going to be executed one by one, unlike the compiler, because the compiler is going to complete the process as a whole, but the interpreters are going to do it by step. So that is the reason why these are somewhat simple, smaller. They are going to have some smaller program compared to the compiler, and also occupies some less memory space. Next, let us go for the history of C language. Actually, it is the most popular programming language in the world. Once you have the knowledge of this C language, to learn other languages would become very much easy, because whatever compilers which are available in the market, they are almost all related to this C language. So it is a general purpose programming language developed at AT and Bell Laboratories of USA in 1972 by Dennis Ritchie. It was designed by Dennis Ritchie. So the American National Standards Institute, ANSI, published the C language as a standard, and it is closely associated with the operating system Unix. Next, let us have some important concepts regarding this compilation and execution. So once the program is written, it requires two other programs known as editor and compiler. So the purpose why we use editor is basically to write the program or to type the program into the system. And compiler, already we know that it is going to translate whatever program that we are going to write into the machine language. So these are the two main programs that we require in order to have the compilation and the execution. And other than these two, in order to improve the programming efficiency of the programming means to troubleshoot it or to get the output at a faster rate. So certain constants are there which are going to decide the efficiency of a programming, and some preprocessor, so linker and debugger. So these are some of the media or equipment which are going to improve the efficiency of programming. So here these are bundled together with a layer of GUI, graphical user interface. So they are going to be mentioned as a GUI and makes the programs easy for us. And sometimes this bundle is also considered as IDE, Integrated Development Environment. So whenever we are going to install a particular software, I mean whatever may be the system that we are going to operate, always it is suggestible to consider the proper IDE, that is integrated development environment, before installation. So once we install it properly, the program efficiency will be somewhat better for us. There are so many IDEs are available for us, and proper IDE is to be installed depending upon the OS, that is operating system, and the microprocessor. Let us understand the importance of C. So it has a rich set of built-in functions and operators, and well suited for writing both system and business packages. And as you know well, many of the compilers which are available in the market, they are written in C language, sorry. And they are also efficient and very fast. It is highly portable. Portable means once it is written for one particular system, it can be used for other systems also, unlike the mission languages. It is well suited for structured programming, and also it is going to, it has got the facility for extension. Means if you want to build up some blocks, and you can build them and also add some functions to the library, the C library itself. So there is a facility to extend. So this is one of the major advantages that we are going to have with the C language. And if we go for the applications of C, operating systems, language translators like compiler, interpreters and assemblers, editors, worksheets, and also DBMS, database management systems. These are the advantages that we are going to have with C programming. It is a structured language, and also sometimes it is considered as the middle level language. It is portable, consists of rich set of operators and built-in functions, and dynamic storage allocation is possible. It has the ability to deal efficiently with bits, bytes and addresses, etc. If you go for the different versions of C that we are going to have, standard C, it is available under Unix operating system environment, and MSC, Microsoft C, MS-DOS, it works under MS-DOS environment. Quick C, it is a menu-driven C compiler developed by Microsoft, and it works under MS-DOS environment. Turbo C, it is also a menu-driven C compiler software package developed by Borland International and works under MS-DOS environment. So that's all that I would like to give introduction regarding the C language. So in my next lecture, I am going to give you some more information regarding this. There I would like to introduce some programs also, some basic programs also, and all different commands which are available, different constants and variables, and how to represent them, what is the syntax for that. All these things we shall have in the coming lectures. Please do subscribe to my channel, like, share your views and feedback, that is very much important for me, and also click the bell icon for getting the further notifications.